Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Des if you're new here. If you're not, welcome back. Thanks for watching. I loved Courage the Cowardly Dog as a kid. I don't know about y'all, but now it's like my favorite cartoon, nostalgia cartoon, you know? So I kind of got into the black hole of Courage the Cowardly Dog theories. It actually started a while ago with this post, which myself and many other people have seen going around circulating the internet. I actually did some digging and yeah, that's not the whole truth. It's a lot more interesting. Margaret and William Peterson. And it said that this is the real life Courage the Cowardly Dog house, that the show was based off of this house and the people who went missing in it. The post says something about the couple vanishing and the dog being the only one left. So I did some digging to find out if this is actually true or not. And well, kinda not really. More on the not really side, but still very interesting and weird. You see, the Petersons did disappear without a trace, but they didn't leave their dog. They didn't have a dog. They left their cat, Tommy. Now let's get into the details. Although the post said it was located in Truth or Consequences, that house is actually in El Paso, New Mexico. Which, if y'all know, let me know if I should try to make a trip or something. William Orwell Peterson was 52 years old and his wife Margaret was 42 years old. They were very private about their upbringing and childhood, but they did say that they did have a rough upbringing. It's also said that when investigators questioned Margaret's friends, they said that she was very secretive. She wasn't very open and honest, like she concealed her age, how long her and William have been married, or even how they met. So they really didn't know nothing. She never let them know too much, you know. Now let's get on to their strange disappearance. On March 5th, 1957, the couple left their house and were never seen again. It was very odd because they seemed like a very normal couple. They had their business going. They actually had a photo supply business and like a boat. They had their property and then a whole nother property in Mexico. And just a bunch of their stuff was there, like their cat Tommy. From the outside, they seemed like a very normal couple. A couple nights before they went missing, they had their friends, the Wards, over for dinner. And they actually said that the Petersons hadn't said anything about leaving or going on a trip or vacation. And a matter of fact, they actually had plans with the Petersons later that week. Now, here's where it gets pretty interesting and like weird, I'd say. So the day after they disappeared, Cecil Ward, the one who had been over a couple nights ago for dinner, opened his car business, and a man named Doyle Kirkland was out front with the Petersons' car, their Cadillac to be specific. So who's this Doyle Kirkland dude? Well, interesting enough, he was actually the manager at Duffy Photo Services, which was a well-known competitor to Williams' photo business. But it said they were still good friends even though they were competitors. But I feel like it was more of a, you know, befriend your enemy or something. And it's still weird that this dude had their Cadillac the day they went missing, or the day after they went missing. And Cecil Ward thought so too, so he called the police. The police went to the Petersons' house to investigate, and they found it completely disorganized and in disarray. There was still dishes in the sink that hadn't been done. There was piles of clothes thrown around. And like I said previously, there was no known plans of them leaving or planning to leave. Like, they had multiple things to do in the coming week. For example, they had dinner with the Wards again. They had to go pick up a pretty expensive coat from the cleaners. And I couldn't find anything about anything being missing from their house. So it didn't seem like they took anything, if they did go on the run for some reason. Okay, so now what's very suspicious is, you know, Doyle Kirkland. Yeah, him. After they went missing, like a couple months or something, he became the manager of the Petersons' photo company. He took it over. Yeah, that's weird, huh? But the police couldn't find further evidence, so they didn't pursue it. And if you're wondering, where is he now? Well, we don't know, because he ended up fleeing El Paso and the police just lost track of him. It's a cold case to this day, and many people have theories about it, including skinwalkers, aliens, they were spies and were told to leave. So yeah, that's the truth about this post, if any of you guys cared to know. Theory number 2, perspective. Theory number 2 is a more common theory, and it's basically that the show is based off of Courage's perspective, so like a dog's perspective. As you guys probably know, they live in the middle of nowhere, but the theory goes that that's all Courage knows, and his owners are pretty old, so they don't really be walking him around, you know. But Eustace is a farmer, so I do think they do have big land and a lot of property, so their neighbors are probably quite a while away, or any civilization. Basically, all those things are unknown to him, and the people that are portrayed as villains are actually just regular people. That's just how he sees them or portrays them in his mind. What if the cat villain has a lot of cats or is a cat lady? That's why Courage kind of sees them as a cat person, you know? The chicken dude who tried to marry Muriel, he might have been another farmer trying to win her love. Maybe even the neighbor. I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to watch and overanalyze the whole thing soon and see which of these theories actually hold up throughout the season. So stay tuned if you guys want like a in-depth deep dive of Courage the Cowardly Dog. Or another good example is when Eustace turns into a big giant moldy foot and starts consuming Muriel. That could be Courage's dog perspective of Muriel having a slave over Eustace and help him with his feet and stuff because he can't move because he's hurt or whatever. You know, maybe. I don't know. I think they took literal situations and then accentuated them and portrayed them figuratively, maybe. Something I already did notice was Courage does see humans, but then again, maybe they just smell more human-y. Like I said, I'll dig deeper. Theory number 3, Muriel and Eustace are puppets. Yeah, this next theory is basically that Muriel and Eustace never got turned back into humans after they got turned into puppets in season 1 of the last episode. The theory goes that Muriel and Eustace died and Courage couldn't accept it, and so basically everything that happens past that last episode in the first season is just in Courage's head. It explains why it gets more crazier and weird, ultimately meaning that Courage is just going down a downward spiral. But while doing research for that theory, I found this theory and wanted to read it to you guys because I was like, oh my god. So this post was uploaded on Reddit by Autumn Mackenzie 6 years ago. And it says, last night I was watching Courage the Cowardly Dog and I decided to look up the psychological analysis on it, and I read up on the Felices theory. In short, the theory talks about how Eustace and Muriel have died and Courage tries holding on to the life he has with them. That's why he is controlling them as puppets. It goes on to say that Courage goes insane, and so the rest of the episodes are what's inside Courage's head as he deals with insanity. However, I took a different approach when I analyzed the show. I was thinking about what the show meant to the young children watching it and why children choose to watch such a particular show subconsciously. Here's my theory. Eustace is an abusive father figure and Courage is a young child. Courage deals with all of the abuse from the father and he wants to protect his mother from all harm, most likely due to abuse that Eustace has done to Muriel and Courage has watched. Courage is like a little kid trying to make sense of the messages that are being told to him through the actions of abuse, and when other people come around, he automatically sees them as a threat because of the fight or flight response. When anxiety is triggered constantly due to abuse, neglect, or what you have, it becomes an automatic response, thus giving humans anxiety disorders. I think that Courage had an anxiety disorder, explaining his demeanor. I think that Courage was just made to connect with young children who were dealing with abuse. It's just a theory, but it's just something to think about. Actually, it's dark. Like I said, I'll have to do more research. Anyways, theory number 4, Courage's parents. When I found that previous theory, I also found this theory, but it's by someone who deleted their account. so I can't give credit, but I still liked the theory and I wanted to share it with you guys. Honestly, it makes sense if we assume that the writers love working with metaphors. If you assume Courage is a normal dog reacting to his environment the way a dog might realistically react, believing everyone is a threat, nothing exists beyond the house and yard, etc. The first half of the episode, Remembrance of Courage Past, is about Courage's parents being cremated at a vet. Here's how I think the story goes. Courage's parents are strays, but he loves them and sees them as kind, clean, caring dogs. When Courage is caught in a gate, a vet finds him and takes him to the clinic to free him. He examines the parents and finds that years of being strays has left them diseased, injured, and malnourished. They might even exhibit aggressive tendencies, as most older strays do, but Courage loves them and would never see them as anything but perfect. The vet decides that the best course of action would be to put them out of their misery, and sends Courage to the local animal shelter to find him a new home. Courage watches the vet put his parents, who he assumes are still alive, but have more likely been euthanized at this point, into a large metal contraption and assumes it will take his parents away. This leads to his belief that the metal contraption is a rocket ship that will fly his parents far away. He manages to escape the vet, and in the air he sees the blast of the rocket ship that is sending his parents into orbit. In reality, however, he is seeing the smoke of the crematorium. That is so sad. And honestly, it makes a lot of sense.
Oh, my poor thing. Out here all alone? What courage you have. I'll call you Courage. We'll have a grand time.
But I have one more theory for you guys. Theory number 5 is that Muriel is deaf or partially deaf. A lot of people noticed that in season 3, episode 1, Muriel gets her glasses taken away or stolen, and she goes and says to Courage, "You know I can't hear you without my glasses." Like I said, many people noticed that this quote implies that Muriel is deaf or partially deaf, and mostly reads lips to communicate. This could have just been a mistake on the writers or whatever, but her hearing also could have been getting worse and worse throughout the seasons, you know? So maybe she did have her hearing in the beginning a lot more, if that makes sense. I don't know, I'm not done binging it yet, so I'm not sure if this one holds up at all. I just thought I'd throw it in here. So yeah, there you guys have it. 5 Courage the Cowardly Dog theories. I hope I didn't ruin your guys' childhood. Let me know what theory you guys think will hold up, or if you guys have a theory of your own. Please like and comment, and remember to stay tuned for my deep dive coming soon. I just gotta overanalyze and watch it and do nothing but watch Courage the Cowardly Dog. I'll see you guys very soon. Let me know though, because I'm very curious to see what you guys think, or if you guys have any theories of your own. Love you guys, bye.
When a goose god loves a woman big and round. When a goose god loves that woman, the goose god makes this sound.